Wrestling. I know what you're thinking. You want to see big, sweaty men beating each other up with folding chairs. Now, I'm a fan of big, sweaty men as much as the next guy, but folding chairs, I could do without those. In the recent Tokyo Olympics, I watched many sports such as swimming, powerlifting, and walking. Yes, walking is an Olympic sport, Google it. Out of all of these sports, there was one that I was especially looking forward to: freestyle wrestling. These athletes have trained themselves to the pinnacle of human physique. Their stamina is unmatched, strength uncontested, and willpower unbreakable. To that, they deserve all of the praise and glory that they receive. But behind every great wrestler is a coach. No, I'm not talking about their Olympic coach training them now, but the one in high school that told them that they could do it, that they had what it takes to be the best. For any awkward teen finding their footing in the world, this is the push they need to stride into adulthood. This is what makes high school coaches so powerful. They mold their athletes into the best versions of themselves through words. So combine a great coach with one of the most difficult sports you can do. It's simple math. You get a world-class athlete.
I did a lot of team sports growing up, and to be honest with you, it got to a point I started becoming a bad teammate. I was a pretty good baseball player, football player, and my dad realized that, and he thought maybe I should focus on something that was a little more individual, and so that's when I chose the sport of wrestling.
One of the things that I enjoyed about wrestling was you got to reap the benefits and the rewards of your hard work. However much work I put in or how disciplined I was, it was going to directly benefit me.
I guess when Trey first started, we had an agreement when he got to high school. I wanted him to wrestle. He did martial arts growing up in that. And so when we got to high school, it was hard for us to find a coach, to be honest with you, here. And that's when I told my wife, I said, well, I'm going to make it my mission, to make sure that this never happens for another child when they come to Alpharetta.
I get a lot of enjoyment in seeing kids reach goals and work towards goals. And having wrestled my entire life, it just, coaching was something that really was interesting to me.
You have to look at that individual, especially when it comes to the sport of wrestling. Everybody learns differently. The thing that kills someone with wrestling is the basic moves. It's making a mistake with the basics, So that's the whole thing, is just instilling the basics, and that's why we're starting to do that more and more with our practices. They're doing the same drills over and over and over, where it gets redundant and just becomes muscle memory at that point.
Every athlete is a little bit different, so I think if you're going to just try and coach them all the same, you're going to find out very quickly that different kids need different things to be successful, and different kids can handle different amounts of stress and pressure and just physicality of everything.
I think it's very important. I'm a fire marshal, but before that, firefighter, So the mindset of wrestling, not giving up, not quitting, definitely, you get in a situation in a fire, where you got to have that mindset. You can't, if you quit, that's it.
High school sports or just extracurricular activities in general are extremely important. In my opinion, you got to feel like you're a part of something.
At the end of it, I'm trying to give them their confidence. I want them to have that ability to know that if they have that opponent in front of them, that it's okay. Transfer that into an obstacle in life. A tree fell on the house, now I got to do that. Just have that mindset to, it's a task. That's our task. We'll go get through it. We'll accomplish it and move forward.
I would hope that they would say that I had a big impact on them, and guiding them and putting some discipline in their life, knowing that they have somebody in their life that cares about them, that wants to see them do well.
Well, no, again, it would be the confidence. And I want them to know that, if they got an issue or something like that, that, it's okay to reach out.
Well, I mean, I think Dan Gable had one of the best, most well-known quotes ever. He says, once you've wrestled, everything else in life is easy. And there's so much truth to that. I think once you've gone through consistent, you've pushed your mind to levels of mental toughness that you didn't even know that you could get, and then you add in the physical challenges of the sport. It's like, oh man, if I can do this, like, bring it on. What else can you do? What else can you give me that is going to be harder than this?
With me directly with my job, it teaches that mindset of just moving forward, never give up.
I like to remind them of what they just accomplished and what they just did. So you should leave our room with a good feeling of, hey, I just did something that a lot of other people in this world can't do. I'm very proud. So I would say a sense of pride. The goal of high school athletics is not for every single kid to be a state champion. And I think sometimes, that gets kind of, that becomes the number one goal and priority. And that can be a goal. I'm not saying that can't be a goal, but that is really not the end all be all, because there's only one state champion.
I set goals for you without you knowing. And so that's kind of what I'm doing with everybody. I'm watching, having different goals for those people, and that's what I want to see is like little achievements for each individual wrestler.
I really enjoy being a part of young kids' lives and getting to see them work hard to try and achieve goals. Like that is something that has become a part of my life. I'm very competitive myself, so it's like it gives me a way to live through students and try and kind of see them reach goals and be a part and just be a little piece of that.